Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most fascinating and powerful developments in modern air defense, Israel's Iron Beam versus Russia's S-500 Prometei. These two systems represent the cutting edge of missile interception technology, but they do it in completely different ways. One uses directed energy in the form of high-powered lasers, and the other relies on advanced radar and missile interception. So, which one truly stands at the next level of missile defense? Let's find out. The world of modern warfare is evolving faster than ever. Traditional missile defense systems are being challenged by faster, more agile, and harder to detect threats. From hypersonic missiles to low-flying drones, the battlefield is becoming more complex. In response, nations are developing systems that can neutralize these threats in real time, before they cause destruction. That's where Israel's Iron Beam and Russia's S-500 step in. Both are built to define the next era of defense, but they approach the challenge from very different technological philosophies. Israel's Iron Beam is not just another missile interceptor, it's a laser-based defense system developed by Rafael Advanced Defense Systems. Its goal is to use high-energy lasers to shoot down short-range threats like rockets, artillery shells, drones, and mortars. What makes the Iron Beam revolutionary is that it doesn't fire missiles at all. Instead, it uses a beam of directed energy traveling at the speed of light, which can destroy a target in a fraction of a second. It's silent, precise, and, most importantly, extremely cost-effective compared to traditional interceptor missiles. Each Iron Beam laser shot costs only a few dollars worth of electricity, while a single missile interceptor like those used in the Iron Dome can cost tens of thousands of dollars. This cost advantage is massive, especially in prolonged conflicts where thousands of rockets can be launched over days or weeks. For Israel, a country constantly facing short-range threats from its borders, this innovation could dramatically reduce the cost and logistical burden of defense. Now, on the other side of the world, Russia has been developing something entirely different, the S-500 Prometei. Unlike the Iron Beam, the S-500 is a long-range, multi-layered missile defense system designed to intercept everything from aircraft and ballistic missiles to hypersonic weapons and even low-orbit satellites. Developed by Almaz Anti, the S-500 represents the peak of Russia's decades-long experience in building layered air defense networks, following the S-300 and S-400 systems. The S-500 can engage targets at ranges up to 600 kilometers and altitudes as high as 200 kilometers, theoretically reaching near-space territory. This gives Russia one of the few systems in the world capable of targeting intercontinental ballistic missiles during the mid-course or terminal phase of flight. It's a strategic shield intended not just for local defense, but for national protection against high-level threats, including those from the United States or NATO. While the Iron Beam focuses on close-range interception, the S-500 aims to dominate the skies and space above. That's a key difference between the two systems. The Iron Beam's strength lies in tactical defense against smaller, low-cost attacks. The S-500's purpose is strategic, to protect vast regions and deter large-scale missile strikes. Both are vital, but they serve entirely different roles in the defense hierarchy. When it comes to technology, the Iron Beam represents a leap forward in directed energy warfare. It uses an electric-powered solid-state laser capable of delivering more than 100 kilowatts of power. At such intensity, it can melt through the casing of an incoming rocket or drone within seconds. Because it travels at the speed of light, there's virtually no way for the target to evade once it's locked on. The system works best in clear weather conditions, as heavy clouds, smoke, or dust can reduce the laser's effectiveness. That's one of its main limitations, but for Israel's generally dry climate, it's not a major obstacle. In contrast, the S-500 relies on powerful radar systems and long-range interceptor missiles. It reportedly uses the 77N6N and 77N6N1 missiles, which can engage targets traveling at hypersonic speeds, up to Mach 20. Its radar network can detect and track dozens of targets simultaneously, coordinating intercepts through advanced command systems. Russia claims that the S-500 can even destroy targets in low Earth orbit, giving it potential as an anti-satellite weapon. The philosophy behind these two systems couldn't be more different. The Iron Beam is about efficiency, speed, and cost control, while the S-500 is about range, power, and deterrence. One is a defensive sword that cuts incoming threats with precision, the other is a massive shield designed to protect an entire nation from large-scale attacks. When we compare their practicality, the iron beam seems more suited for modern asymmetric warfare. In conflicts where small drones, mortar shells, and unguided rockets are used frequently, a laser-based system that can continuously fire with minimal cost is game-changing. Instead of running out of missiles or spending millions per engagement, a country could maintain a near-infinite defense capability, as long as it has power supply and cooling systems. The S-500, however, is designed for strategic deterrence. It's a system that few nations can afford to operate or even develop. Its missiles are massive, its radar network complex, and its logistics demanding. But in terms of defending against hypersonic or nuclear threats, it's unmatched. It's not something you deploy to defend a city, it's something you use to defend a country. If we talk about real-world readiness, the Iron Beam is entering operational testing stages and has already been integrated partially with Israel's Iron Dome and David's Sling systems. The goal is to create a seamless, multi-layered defense where lasers handle short-range, low-cost threats, while missiles handle larger or distant ones. Israel's defense ministry has confirmed successful interceptions using the Iron Beam, marking the first time a high-energy laser has taken down airborne threats in realistic conditions. The S-500, meanwhile, has been deployed in limited numbers to the Russian aerospace forces. Russia claims it's already in service, although full-scale deployment might take years due to production constraints. Its testing included intercepting ballistic and hypersonic targets, showing capabilities far beyond current Western systems. However, the actual combat performance remains largely untested, as most of its demonstrations have been within controlled military trials. Another key difference lies in cost and scalability. Building an S-500 battery is an enormous investment, requiring specialized vehicles, launchers, and radar arrays. Each missile can cost millions of dollars. On the other hand, the Iron Beam, once developed and refined, could be deployed more widely and affordably, especially for countries facing continuous low-cost aerial attacks. The Iron Beam also aligns perfectly with the global shift toward energy-based weapons. Many nations, including the US, China, and even India, are investing heavily in directed energy systems. The appeal is clear: nearly unlimited ammo, instant response, and pinpoint accuracy. As laser technology advances, these systems will become smaller, more powerful, and capable of operating in all weather conditions. Israel's Iron Beam is currently the most advanced and battle-ready example of this trend. Meanwhile, Russia's S-500 reflects another growing trend: anti-satellite and hypersonic defense. As nations develop hypersonic glide vehicles that can evade traditional missile defenses, the S-500 aims to fill that gap. If its claimed capabilities are accurate, it could intercept even the most advanced hypersonic threats, making it a vital tool in Russia's strategic deterrent arsenal. When it comes to speed, the Iron Beam's laser is literally unbeatable: it hits at the speed of light. There's no flight time, no need for trajectory calculation beyond aiming. The S-500's missiles, though extremely fast, still require seconds to reach their targets. But those few seconds matter only when the target is extremely fast, like a hypersonic missile. For small drones or rockets, a laser is far more efficient. From a defensive doctrine perspective, Israel's Iron Beam represents the future of tactical defense, while Russia's S-500 represents the apex of strategic defense. One defends cities, the other defends nations. The Iron Beam shows how laser weapons can make missile-based interception nearly obsolete for short-range threats. The S-500, on the other hand, shows how nations can build a near-space umbrella to guard against next-generation ballistic and hypersonic threats. In the long run, both systems are stepping stones toward a new kind of warfare where energy, not explosives, could dominate the defense landscape. Imagine a world where future Iron Beam systems could scale up to intercept long-range missiles, or where S-500-type platforms integrate directed energy weapons to complement their missile interceptors. That's the direction we're heading: a fusion of lasers, AI-driven tracking, and hypersonic engagement. Critics often argue that the Iron Beam's reliance on clear weather makes it less versatile, but in regions with consistent climates, that limitation is manageable. Moreover, as technology evolves, adaptive optics and higher-powered beams could mitigate weather interference. On the other hand, the S-500's main challenge is cost, complexity, and the need for constant logistical support. Maintaining and deploying such a massive system across a large territory is no small feat. In terms of innovation, the Iron Beam may actually represent a bigger leap forward. Directed energy weapons have been in research for decades, but Israel is the first nation to bring one to operational readiness. That's a historic milestone. Russia's S-500, though technologically advanced, is an evolution of existing systems, the next step in a proven missile defense lineage. So, which system is truly the next level of missile interception? The answer depends on how you define next level. If it means breaking boundaries with new technology, the Iron Beam takes the lead. If it means achieving unmatched range and capability against strategic threats, then the S-500 holds that crown. Both are revolutionary in their own domains, and both will shape how nations defend themselves in the coming decades. As the world watches conflicts become increasingly dominated by drones, rockets, and precision-guided weapons, systems like the Iron Beam will become indispensable. At the same time, as hypersonic and nuclear-capable weapons proliferate, strategic systems like the S-500 will remain critical for deterrence and survival. The ultimate future might not be one over the other, but both coexisting: laser systems for short-range defense, and advanced missile networks for long-range threats. In conclusion, Israel's Iron Beam and Russia's S-500 aren't just military projects, they are glimpses into the future of defense technology. One harnesses the power of light, the other commands the power of space. Each system stands as a symbol of its nation's vision, Israel's precision and innovation, and Russia's scale and strength. Together, they mark the dawn of a new age in missile interception, where speed, intelligence, and energy will define the next generation of warfare. And that wraps up our deep dive into the Iron Beam versus the S-500. If you found this comparison interesting, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more in-depth defense and technology breakdowns. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.